I woke up one morning from a dream I couldn't remember. I could poke and prod the seams, but the point of my process eluded the center. It was something like deflecting someone from a troubling endeavor, but the morning called my name, so I figured leave it for the better. On the schedule was a long, sunny day, but the clouds weren't cooperating, so I brought my jacket anyway, waiting for consciousness to flood when perception's levee breaks. I opened my mind to memories, for any hope of remembering. It worked incredibly. Revelation and only of the highest pedigree. In fact, I had an interaction that will remain stencilled on my brain indelibly. Sitting next to me on a park bench was that thorn-crowned theologian. Even stranger, after the open, neither the headgear nor the holes in hands unsettled me. We sat there for a time in the silence of one's company. Then I'd ask some questions I'd been saving in case him or his dad had ever come to me. I've read about your first time, and I'm a big fan of the plot, but, well, there's this part of the end, man, that kind of bothers me a lot. From what I've read and heard in talk, when you whistled while you walked, the tune which wandered through your melody was concerned with peace and love, not hellish scenes. Yet, this last chapter, when you return to our sphere, the population plummets, and the locusts have a hell of a year. While I don't make Bible brandishing my career, well, there's a lot of good non-Christian people down here. And from the way that it reads, it seems you need them to believe. To make devotion a condition for release seems to me not only petty, but has an echoing of mean. Many have the same ideals. Side by side they all belong. Does knocking down the moon and star feel right, knowing you're one of the more quoted prophets in the Quran? And I'll keep going on. Why should the Jews be spared? Man, go ask your family. I think they'd have some wise words to share. As for those who don't believe at all, we're just trying to make sense of the way in which the roses fall. At this point we arose. I said, "Here, come and follow me." We looked down past our toes in time to one of those former colonies. I think if you took the time to talk to Gandhi, G, you might just find you have parallel ideologies. He was Hindu, devout as such since spiritual birth. When he saw the list of what men do, he figured all of equal worth. All groups have something to give and something to curse. As a matter of fact, that's the very thing that makes this faceless planet Earth. Sitting silently, I could see behind his eyes a certainty disperse, and also the twinkling reflection of when one's troubled bubble bursts. And it looked, from all I've learned, like a parent watching the steps of a child whose legs the doctors claimed would never work. I halted, feeling I'd paced out the length of the argument. I hoped I'd shown we heathens move with more than salted fields and faulted armaments. What happened with the rest of the time? I cannot make account. We burnt a bone upon the throne, talked a little more, and bounced. I can say that our final words were ones of love and trust. Then the vision disappeared with morning, with a hinted breath of warning. Keep the Willings tiller straight and just. For all your sakes, you must.